Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video of His Heart for Us. I have a beautiful encouraging word for us today. So the past few weeks God has been speaking to me about just in time, and this morning I heard him say that again, and it is so beautiful. So he's amazing. He said to me, just in time I will give you that breakthrough. Just in time I will come through for you. Just in time, that promise I gave you, just in time I will establish that promise. So he just reminded me, first he said to me, Jesus was born just in time for our salvation. Then he reminded me of Esther. Esther became queen of Persia just in time to save the Jews from imminent death. Joseph became second in charge of Egypt just in time so that people won't starve, because there was a drought and a famine in the land, and he became second in charge just in time. And thank you, Holy Spirit. It just reminds me now what he told me this morning is, so many of us, we're going through, God has given us promises, and he's put us through preparation for these promises, whether it is a career, a marriage, ministry, and then a lot of things happen, and a lot of things looks the opposite of what God has spoken to us about. And sometimes we feel like we take a step forward, and then it's just this pushback. It's almost like we feel like, but now we're going backwards again, and now it feels like, but I almost feel like I'm back where I started. But this morning he spoke to me about it, and he said to me, just like Joseph, his brothers sold him as a slave, and he ended up in Egypt, and then he worked for Potiphar, but then he went to jail and he was innocent, and only after that he became second in charge of Egypt. And so when God has called us to certain things, whether it's ministry, marriage, certain career, a certain field in our careers, then there will be a lot of stuff that will happen on your way, on your journey there, that will look like, but these things that God spoke to me about, these things that he promised me, it's what I'm seeing in the physical around me is not what I heard from God. And so you will start doubting and thinking, wow, did I really hear God? Did he really say that? Is he really going to come through on his word? But I have to tell you this today. Go read the story about Joseph, and just wonder, how did he feel landing up in jail, being sold as a slave by his own brothers, then ending up in jail. But God spoke a word. God spoke a word, and it did come true, because when God speaks, his word will be established. He says, I'm not a man that I shall lie. And even though his word tarries, he hastens to establish his word. So I just want to encourage you, if God has spoken things into your life, and you're maybe at a place and you go like, but Lord, how am I going to pay my rent at the end of the month? Or I've been working so hard at this career, but it seems like doors are closing in front of me. Or Lord, you've promised me a husband, you've promised me a child, but I'm getting old, and I'm not seeing where is this husband, or where is this wife you promised me, where is this child you've promised me? I'm getting old. But I just want to say to you, God is never late. He's never late. He's always on time, in His timing, because God has a perfect timing, because He's a God of order. And so that is what He's saying today. But He's saying that to us every day, actually, just in time. I will come through for you, and I will establish my word just in time, because through that ministry that you are busy on working on, you're going to bring people to Christ. You're going to save people's, bring them salvation through that career, whatever it is. You're going to help people. You're going to save people through your marriage, through your children. The world will change. You will show people who God is. And these things that He promised us is not just for us. It's to save nations. It is to change the world. It is to show people, to show people who God really is, and just how much He loves us, and for His glory to shine through us and in our lives. So,